You know what I'm saying? It's just like he can't jump out. Look, fool. Look, Colin did this. Da 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 da. You talking stupid. Trump's a racist and all that. He can't. I don't think he can do that. Now, Al Sharpton can because he's not real. He's not an actual lawyer that was relying on money to do cases. You feel me? He was more of a spokesman and an advocate. You know what I'm saying? Where he can go into deeper with, you know what I'm saying, with these fools. He can say something about this fool. He can say something about 50 Cent. You feel me?
Yeah.
He ain't in that position.
My thing when I seen the video and I'm like, I know goddamn well Ben Crump ain't letting them get away with that shit, is because Ben Crump is a civil rights lawyer, and the bills and the anti-hate bills that's out there that been passed
nobody knows
is what he wins a lot of his cases on.
Exactly. So everybody don't know what we're talking about. We're gonna play his name, Tyrese, right?
And then Kamala Harris signed an Asian hate crime bill, which makes it beyond illegal to ever purposely and maliciously do anything to anybody in the Asian community. And there was a spike in crimes and criminal behavior in and around COVID, allegedly and specifically motivated by Trump.
Allegedly.
And so everybody started treating Asians,
You got to step out
them,
back.
killing them, shooting them, stabbing them, hurting them. And then he gets into the White House, skips over every black and brown Mexican and Latino that have been getting killed like flies, and he makes it a law. Asian hate crime bill is signed into law. So whether you're a police officer or a regular civilian, if you wake up on a Wednesday and say, he's Asian, a woman or a man, let's go do something bad to them, which God forbid would ever happen again. It is a crime bill that was signed into law that protects Asians at all costs. Where is that same fucking law to be signed into law when it comes to black and brown people? Because what you're doing is, President Biden and Kamala Harris, what you're doing is you're saying that black and brown people will continue to be disposable. That's why we got to vote, and we got to make sure our voices are heard, Tyrese. And it matters when we speak up and speak truth to power. When we speak what's on our heart, we will be heard. But first, you got to have the courage to speak up. And that's why I love you, Tyrese. You speak your heart, and your heart will never fail you. President Biden and Kamala Harris.
Now you see what I'm saying about Mike Crump. This is like, he was generic with it. It's like, I don't think he engaged to everything he said.
I don't know for sure, but I'm going to say this. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He deserved the benefit of the doubt because he did a lot of work around those hate crime bills that's geared because of black people. Now, Mr. Tyrese, you are ignorant, motherfucker. Do you know that every fucking bill of any kind of bill that's a hate crime bill against Latinos, against Asians, against homosexuals, against anybody, it all came off of the fucking hate crime bills that was against black people? You idiot. And if you want to know the latest one that's on the books, and I remember this vividly, when in Jasper, Texas, white dudes strung up James Byrd to the back of their pickup truck and dragged him till he died. I remember that. That shit was all over the news. Mm-hmm. I remember it. Dennis Rodman paid for the funeral. Because of that, that's when you got this. I think it was like the third one. That's when you got the James Byrd Act, the Matthew Shepard Act. You had all of that,
bro.
What the fuck are you talking about? Google it. You'll get it.
It's not even that with these people, man. Tyrese, what's his name again? Tyrese. crying all over the fucking internet like a little. He's so sensitive that he mad people laughing at him for crying, but he was crying on the internet. That's some jackass shit. Now, if he did his homework before he went on a joint and did a dumbass rant, that's why I had no problem with actors doing this, but at least know what the fuck you talking about, because too many people listen to you without checking behind your ass.
Correct.
First of all, Obama passed a motherfucking bill, I think it was what, 2010 or some shit, where it was a human rights bill. Human rights. It was the largest bill at the time. It was for bisexual, gay, this is the only part that people hear, and lesbian civil rights organizations, that bill, and black, I'm going to say color on this one, black, Hispanic, and disabled. So that was in 2010. Then we got a Biden who signed a few bills, including the anti-lynching bill.
Come on.
Including that. Like, what the fuck? Out of all joints there, you gotta say the anti-lynching bill. Lynching black motherfuckers gotta be a motherfucker anti-hate joint. At least you gotta give them that. You know what I'm saying? And this was a bump. And then Biden. So, and then people gotta understand, Trump started that shit when he kept calling China, all these people, all this shit at the time when we was doing that pandemic, which raised the level of hatred towards this group, you jackass. And meanwhile, put the wall up too. We're gonna get on Mexicans while they at it. You stupid motherfucker. Meanwhile, black people are already under bills. What is wrong with you?
Now, see, Tyrese.
Just act like Martin Luther King never existed.
Now, Tyrese, and I got to ask you this.
Jackass.
I got to ask you this, Tyrese. Wasn't it you? Wasn't it your black ass out there doing the George Floyd protest with your camouflage on and your black beret, looking like a fake ass Black Panther? When you out there and doing them protests? Now, what came out of what happened to George Floyd and them protests? You had the George Floyd bill.
Thank you.
Who the fuck blocked the George Floyd bill? Why is that not in law right now?
That's what I mean about these clowns.
This is the problem.
We've been doing this shit for 2 years off the street. And at this point, bruh, y'all can't be this goddamn stupid. For real.
Y'all cannot use your platform.
Like, you can't be this jackasses.
Well, if you are going to use your platform, use your name, and jump out there, you can't jump out there misinformed. You can't jump out there not knowing what the fuck you're talking about. He was so emotional
with it too. He
and
know what the fuck he's talking about.
Wrong as shit. You loud and wrong. But you
tell me about what they gonna do for the black people.
You cannot jump out there without doing. If you're going to jump out there, jump out. Know what the fuck you talking about.
Please,
do your research,
please.
It's not hard.
Emmett Till bill. Did he even know about that? I doubt
it. Has been so many.
I doubt he even know about the Emmett Till bill.
Many.
He's a jackass.
Emmett Till, like I said, Matthew Shepard, James Byrd. You got the anti-lynching law,
and they also tried to pass the George Floyd bill that somebody blocked.
The Civil Rights Act.
That somebody that too.
What the fuck is the Civil Rights Act? You idiot!
He's a dumb fool for that, bruh.
Come on, yeah.
These niggas be tripping out.
Y'all cannot be that ignorant.
No, they are. They are.
You cannot.
It shows it. See, when we look back on it, like we started this joint off with motherfucking Jack Johnson. That nigga ain't give a fuck.
Right.
He was gonna get hung, but he beat the shit. He didn't give a fuck, and he fucked their bitches.
Oh, and
he really ain't give a fuck. He's a bad motherfucker.
About Jack Johnson, do you know that they just fucking President Biden did it? Just cleared his motherfucking record.
What about that?
Just pardon him over some bullshit, over a fucking Mann Act.
Jack Johnson, exactly. That
over
was just recent.
Act. And y'all don't even know what the fuck a Mann Act is.
That was just recent.
Yeah.
So back in the day, he was fucking white women and beating the shit out of white men.
That was the fuck.
He was a problem.
And that's what they got him for. He got him on a Mann Act. He took a white girl across the state line, they tear that ass up. And That's called a Mann Act, and he got locked up for it.
And so that's what we have now. That's why you got people like us. We don't forget our folks.
See, yeah,
We don't forget our Negroes.